Hi, Nora. Welcome to Voices of Endpoint. It's wonderful to have you here. Why don't we start by just why don't you introduce yourself and tell us your journey to get to Endpoint?
All right, so thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity to tell you a little bit about myself. I come all the way from Hungary. I currently live in the UK, and that is all related to IRT. So my entire journey has been fueled and passioned by the love for IRT. I originally started out in a bilingual high school, Spanish and Hungarian, and then I went on to study Spanish as well in university. However, to support myself during my studies, I ended up working for a little known company, Face Forward. And that's where I fell in love with IRT. Ever since, I haven't been able to let go. I tried. I went away and I worked in health and safety for a little over a year, but I had to come back. So when Endpoint um, reached out to me, it was a no-brainer that I just had to come back. And this is what I do. This is what I love doing, and I'm happy to be here.
Perfect. When did you join us, Nora? When did you join Endpoint?
It will be 3 years in a couple of days.
Happy anniversary. Welcome
Thank you.
to Endpoint. You've been a very passionate IRT person. Tell me what drove that passion. Is there any family experience? What do you enjoy most in the work? Give me a little bit of
Yes.
a context.
Yes, thank you. Indeed, unfortunately, there has been many occurrences of cancer in my family, and clinical trials have helped in certain cases. But even if my family members were not active participants on currently ongoing clinical studies, any and all medication that they have been provided has gone through the proper clinical trials testing. I was always fascinated by medicine in general, and obviously experiencing that from a young age really does change you. So when life presented me with the opportunity to actually contribute, even if it's just a very small contribution, then obviously it helped me to feel better and fulfill my purpose in life as well, to contribute to help society to gain those medical advances that could potentially save thousands, if not millions, of lives at the end of the road.
That's wonderful. Tell me a little bit about your journey in Endpoint. How did you start, and what how did you grow in your role?
Yes, so that was actually quite an interesting one because I joined as an account manager all the way back in September 2022. And I joined with all this excitement of wanting to change the world. And I was so glad that actually I was given the opportunity and I was able to start. So I came in with all of these enthusiasm, and ever since I have been able to do that, to connect with clients, to work with one of the biggest ones and some of the biggest ones out there, but also with very small companies in the beginning. So I went from account manager to recently being promoted to account director, and I just would like to continue to flourish and grow in this role and support our teams.
Wonderful. So now tell me, what is a day in a life of an account manager or account director? Is it a typical day? What happens?
To some degree, you could say that it is typical to always be on alert, to always deal with escalations, to always deal with deadlines, to have many, 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 many meetings. So that is the typical life, but it's one that I really enjoy. Obviously, it gives us the opportunity to talk with our clients, to establish those trusted partnerships and relationships, whereas at the same time, internally as well, having these many meetings and having these follow-ups internally and holding town hall meetings and regular weekly internal other catch-up meetings as well, it helps us to establish the internal trusted partnership as well so that we can deliver the best outcomes and the best products ever with good quality to our clients. So a typical day is a lot of meetings, many escalations, and hopefully a lot of success and joy as we accomplish good things.
And as you start looking at yourself and your success, you've come a long way. What would you attribute that success to? Is there certain characteristics you need to be successful in Endpoint? Is there certain things you do differently to be successful?
All right. So one thing for sure is Endpoint is providing a very nurturing environment where, especially the newer leadership, with yourself included, but also many of our other colleagues in general, have been always there for us to count on, and that is. I think is absolutely a must. Otherwise, you would not be able to succeed in your role. And the other thing is, I am relentless. As long as I have energy, I will try to accomplish my tasks and what I'm supposed to be doing. And I do that all for our clients, for our customers.
Um, what's a really tough situation you encountered and how did you get over it?
Right. So one of the clients that I no longer work with has been requesting a serious discount in the change order department, and obviously we are not whilst we are quite charitable, we are not a charity. So I think one of the toughest conversations that I had to have early on here at Endpoint was that of making the client understand that whilst we want to make sure that they are receiving what they need, there are certain things that we can do when it comes to compromises in pricing, but at the end of the day, they cannot expect us to provide the same pricing as we have provided 8 years ago. And that was one of the toughest conversations that I had to have on a business level. But when it comes to the more personal level, something that shakes you to the ground is always when you get faced with problems like patient died, please advise. You need to understand when you receive such calls and you are meant to be helping the client and you may just not know how to. And if you think about it, it's a really, really tough one to deal with, just on a personal level as well.
So what do you do for fun outside of work?
I listen to a lot of podcasts actually. That's one of my favorite things to do. I'm interested in not just the clinical medical sciences, but I'm also interested in business in general. So I listen to a lot of economics podcasts. I do also read sometimes when I can. And I have this other passion, which is languages. I speak a couple of them, and I am going to actually go back to university in September, obviously just on an evening class to continue learning some French.
Wow, that's wonderful. So learning multiple different languages keeps you going and stuff. Any other fun activities you do in and around your house?
Traveling, yes.
There you go.
Yes, one of my other passions is traveling wherever I can. Budget airlines are my friends, always looking out for a good deal. And I live close to Heathrow, London's Heathrow Airport, so that's always a positive. And whenever possible, I am just super happy, even within the UK, to travel, to discover new places and experience the food, the climate, the people. That's
So
another
what
thing
has
that
been
I
your
like.
dream travel location? What would you recommend other endpointers as a must-see place?
I am very partial to Montenegro.
Nice. And what do you like about that?
It's one of the most beautiful places that I've ever seen in my life. Just the contrast of the blue sea and the mountains and everything in between. The people there, the country has 650,000 people only. They speak Montenegrin. They are technically not part of the European Union, but they accept euros. And they are so inviting, so nice, and just so amazing in general. The cuisine, the hospitality, it's just something that I've never experienced before that. So I've been there a couple of times now. It is a budget friendly country, absolutely stunning and beautiful. If you ever have the chance, go to Montenegro. It's beautiful.
Perfect. So Nora, you always bring people along and stuff. So if you were to recruit somebody to Endpoint, what would you tell them why they should join Endpoint?
I actually recently brought someone on board. I'm very proud of that. Tilasi started here a couple of months ago. And my pitch to her was, you want to work here. This is one of the best places, not just down to the flexibility, but the people that work here that make up Endpoints. It's a nice environment where you can be yourself. It is very rewarding. And in general, it is a good place to be. I'm an avid recruiter in general, and I am just hoping that eventually we will be able to open up ourselves to potentially some very vibrant locations in Eastern Europe as well, where we've got a lovely talent pool, where I would love to bring some more people on board if I get the chance.
That's perfect. As you have been building this stuff, and as you know, there's new leadership here. What is your feedback to the leadership? What are we doing well that we should continue? What are we not doing well that we should pay attention to? What are your feedback to
Mhm.
leadership in general?
Great question. As you know, I've been here about 3 years now, and I see the difference. The level of communication has drastically changed, and it is welcomed. Previously, we rarely had any town halls. We rarely had any opportunities to be kept up to date as to what is going on within the organization. And it is certainly refreshing to see that there is now more of an openness and a more in time and real time explanation or just information around the company and what is going on. I think it is a must because otherwise people feel left out. They don't exactly know what's going on. It is creating uncertainty. And I think that you are definitely on the right track by communicating. Obviously, there is room for more. So we are definitely welcoming these opportunities. But I think you are definitely in the right track in that one. And of course, we can see just showing us what your end goals are and why you are doing what you're doing is also key in getting everyone on board. Because otherwise, if I cannot convince you that my idea is right and why I want to go with that idea, some people may not understand. They may not be privy to your ideas, to your opinions. And then it's a lot harder to get everyone to participate and essentially lift up the company and take it to the heights where it needs to go.
And that's a great part. So as you start to look at the IRT landscape and you're talking to many customers, what are their expectations of an IRT vendor, and what are they asking off of us that we should be doing?
Mhm. So one of the key things that I have recently seen is the flexibility in change. So obviously, when it comes to older generation IRT and RTSM models, what we can see is that we're working in traditional waterfall, and agility and flexibility is not one of the key aspects of these older systems. They are very heavily customizable, which is amazing. That's something that you would require in an IRT or RTSM system. But at the end of the day, the lack of flexibility and the slowness of adjusting and adoption to change has been highlighted in multiple cases. Another one is, of course, the magic button, where you would just push a button and it would update that certain feature across the entire platform, across multiple studies, is another one. I know that most of these things will be actually resolved by Velocity, so that is amazing. And I think Velocity has the capacity to bring us back to that true market leader position where we need to be and where we want to be. And most of the feedback that we are receiving or I am receiving is around just that slowness and lack of flexibility that the customer perceives as such. On the other hand, quality as well is key.
And as you've looked at our employee values, um, what do you think of those, and how do you make every endpointer live those values?
Leading by example as much as I can. I am trying to put the shining lights on other people. I want to make sure that they are heard, that they feel seen, that they are listened to. This is not an autocracy. This is not a dictatorship. I want everyone to have a voice within our team, and I'm trying to show them how to do things this way, and also to encourage collaboration. Trying to delegate, to bring people up where I see that you look like a person that could take on this responsibility. How about we do this so that we can show your manager and their manager how capable you are, because we need you. We need good people to stand out, to be given the opportunity to stand out. So that's why I love to delegate and bring people up to my level as well, because the more good people you have around you, the more they feel motivated by being seen, the better results you will get at the end of the day. And I just hope that I can inspire my teammates to to behave the same way.
Wonderful. If there's one thing you want Endpoint to continue to do, what would that be?
Just please give us more time. Just give us more time to do things thoroughly.
And if there's one thing you want us to change immediately, what would that be?
Oh, the KPI pooling system. We definitely need one that is one true source for metrics. This has been a headache for a while. Please, pretty please, help us improve that. It would be lovely, not just for us, but also for you to see the true profitability of each and every account, to see how we are tracking across targets when it comes to delivery timelines, when it comes to quality improvement on that front for sure.
Fantastic. And as we come to the end of the podcast, what are some key takeaways you would want to leave with the audience?
Key takeaways. Yes, we are working at a fantastic company. Maybe some days are harder than others, but we are in it together. It would not be possible without you.
Thank you so much, Nora. This is fantastic. I hope you enjoyed yourself and sharing your perspectives to other
Absolutely.
endpointers.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank